What is a participle? A basic definition of a participle is a form derived from a verb used in English as an adjective to express participation in the action or state of the verb. There are two types of participles, active and passive participles. Active participles describe an action performed by the subject. Passive participles describe an action done to the subject of the same sentence. Let's take some examples. Examples of active participle. All of these examples in their original verb form are in the past continuous. Let's transform them into the participle form. Example number 1. The lady was sleeping on the couch. In the participle form, this would be the sleeping lady was on the couch. Here you can see that the verb has now been transformed into an adjective. The sleeping lady was on the couch. The next example in the original form, the dog was barking all night. In its participle form, the barking dog at night. Here again we can see that the verb barking in the second example is being used as an adjective to describe the dog. And our final example, the original verb form, the shirt was drying on the washing line. In its participle form, the drying shirt on the washing line. Now let's look at some examples of the passive participle. In its original verb form, the artist painted the picture becomes the picture painted by the artist. The picture here is the subject, and painted is the action done to the subject. Our next example, the man played the guitar. In its passive participle form, the guitar was played by the man. And our final example, in the original verb form, my sister baked the delicious cake. In its participle form, the delicious cake was baked by my sister. Here again, we can see that the subject of this sentence, the cake, and the action being done to it by the participle, baked. One may ask why we use participles. Well, the function of participles is to add stylistic variation to one's writing. It makes writing more economical, adds depth, and makes one's writing more compelling. Participles do get a little more complicated, with participle phrases, for example. But the main takeaway from this lesson is that participles are verbs that function as adjectives. In other words, although they take the appearance of a common verb, they are, in fact, acting as adjectives in a sentence. Don't forget to subscribe.